2, 3. Mr. Ryan, I don't think we ever met before.
No, we haven't.
Let me start backwards. When did you stop supervising Mr. Yu?
December of '99.
You testified that you had offered or you pointed out to Mr. Yu the writing classes that were available, and you testified that you don't know if he went or not. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
But you don't know if he went, right? You have no idea whether he went or not. Is that correct?
Correct.
I'm going to refer to document S2, which is a performance evaluation program. I only have one question, and it's more of a technical question. This performance evaluation is over a 2-year period. Isn't the evaluation for 1 year generally?
Yes, the reason for that, the period should originally have been 1/15/96 to 1/15/97, but he was out at that time.
Oh, okay.
So 2/28/98, I believe, comes up to a year after he's been back.
In the second paragraph, it says, you state that the letter was short and it was your mistake to send it out without review. That's Mr. Yu speaking, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
My confusion is this. You're talking about letters and correspondence, but he's talking about a single letter, so I'm confused about the intent of this counseling memo.
In this counseling memo, it happened after a time that he sent out a letter, and before the actual counseling question was raised, well, why was it sent out? And his response was, well, it was only a short letter. And you know, it was his mistake to send it out.
And when did you become Mr. Yu's supervisor?
December of '93.
December of '93 till when?
'99.
I've been reviewing the correspondence that Ms. Egbert submitted. It goes way back to 1997. The first time, to my knowledge, the first time you counseled Mr. Yu was on April 3rd, 1998. Is that correct? I mean formal counseling. Let me change that question. The first time you put him on notice about his written correspondence was on April 3rd, 1998. That's S15.
The first time when I gave him a written memo stating this, yes.
And the next time you put him on notice was December 14th, 1999. That's S16, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, why the long gap in putting him on notice or counseling between April 3rd, 1998 and December 14, 1999? That's almost 18 months. Was his correspondence okay during this period?
No, during this period when he had correspondence to be sent out, it was submitted to myself and basically rewritten, and then it was sent out.
But Mr. Yu was not given formal notice that he has to improve his writing skills during this time, between April 3rd and December 14th?
Depends when his performance evaluation was done.
His performance evaluation was done 2/26/98 to 2/25/99. But for almost a year, for more than a year, there was no written warning given to Mr. Yu about his lack of expertise in writing. Is that correct?
Well, it was an ongoing situation.
I'm just asking about written stuff. I'm not talking about verbal, only talking about written. I'm not trying to put you on the spot here.
Okay, I understand.
I just want to clarify for the record there was no written correspondence.
No, I believe those were the only items during this period.
S6 is a document dated August 21, 1997. Did this document go out? Was it mailed out?
Yes, it did.
How do you know that?
We received a response from Mr. Murtha. He did send us a copy of the lease.
So the letter had the effect intended?
Yes, it did.
What does the date stamp mean on S7?
That is the date that it was received in the district office in the sales tax section.
So does that indicate that Mr. Yu sent it to the sales tax section?
No. As stated before, I believe looking at this, what happened was he sent out the power of attorney form, and this was probably sent back with it.
But you don't know for sure, right?
Not without seeing the file, no.
Kindly go to S8. This does not have Mr. Yu's signature on it, right?
Correct.
How do you know that this went out?
This is one of his audits.
I understand that, but how do you know that this went out?
How do I know that it went out?
Right.
This was in the file. It's my assumption that it went out.
Do you know all of Mr. Yu's audits or clients or whatever you call them by heart?
During this period, yes.
S9. At the bottom, it says, C.C. Frank Corelli. Who is Frank Corelli, please?
I believe Frank Corelli is one of the owners.
Oh, I see. Okay. I presume that you assume this went out also, but you have no way of knowing, correct?
Correct.
And I'm going to say the same for S10. I'm going to bunch them all together, S11 and S12 and S13.
The question being?
You're assuming that they went out, but you don't know for sure.
Yes, I'm sorry.